Okay, today we're going to do frosting, pulling the hair through a cap. First thing that you want to do is analyze the hair growth. Which side is thicker, in which direction does the hair grow, and which way does the client wear their hair. Okay, the next thing that I want to do is comb my hair free of tangles. Once I get my hair combed free of tangles and I comb it in the direction that the client is going to wear their hair, I want to be really careful around the ear areas so that I don't poke the client's ear with my frosting hook. So the next thing I want to do is put my cap on once I get it going in the direction that they wear their hair. I want to start with this front tab here on the forehead, and I'm going to pull it back and down on the sides. And then we'll tie this underneath the chin. Make sure you don't get it too tight because it's not comfortable. Now I'm ready to start pulling this through. I'm going to take my hook and make sure that I lay it flat onto the client's head so that I'm not going straight down like this and poking them in the head. I want to go in the hole, grab the hair, and pull it back out. And you want to go all in the same direction. So if I start in the front and I lay this flat on the head of the hairline, I can come in, pick up the hair, and pull it out, all going in the same direction. So I'm all going to the front of the head, or to the back, whichever way you want to do it. So that's how I would do the front. When I'm on the side over here, I would come in, be careful of their ear, and lay it flat on the head, come up and grab the hair and pull that back through. And this is how I would do my sides and back all the way around. Don't worry about it if it doesn't come out smooth, like you have these little hook things right here, because we'll pick those up in the end once we start to brush the hair. So we're just going to go back through and pull these out. Same thing on the bottom. I want to come down in the back, come flat up on the head, and just pull this out. I can do every hole. I can do every other hole. It's okay if you get a little bit of hair on one and a big one and a lot of hair on another one, because it's all going to even out in the end. So if you wanted to do every other hole, you could do it. If you want to do every hole, just depending on how heavy they want their highlights. Okay, so once you've pulled this all through, start at the scalp and just brush this out to where it's really smooth and straight coming out of the cap. Some of the things that you want to be careful with when you put the hook into the cap is, for one, not to jab your client in the head. Another thing that you want to be careful is not to rip the liner when you comb this out. Don't be surprised if you have more hair on one side than the other, just due to the fact that, you know, one side of your head has more hair than the other side of the head. That's why it's really important in the beginning to do a proper consultation and analyzation of the hair. So now that we have this all nice and combed out, we're ready to actually apply our product. Now you can use a bleach, you can use a lightener, or you can use a tint to darkening, just depending on what you're trying to achieve, but this is the technique that you'll use. So once you have your gloves on and you're ready to grab your product. Now that I have my product, I'm ready to apply. So what I want to do is just pick it up and start on the head and just brush this on the hair. You want to keep control of the hair and you want to keep your application kind of neat and clean. So I'm going to brush it on the scalp first. I'm not using a lot of pressure because I did poke some little holes in here, and even though there's a liner underneath it, I do not want this color to seep through and leave little spots underneath this when it comes to the person's hair that, you know, it's not being colored. So once I get this all applied, You're just brushing it ever so nicely and neatly through the hair. You want to make sure that you cover every single piece of hair. Once I have this all applied, depending on the product I'm using and what effects I'm trying to achieve, I'm going to follow manufacturer's directions for timing, processing and timing. Always follow manufacturer's directions. Now once my time is achieved and I'm ready to rinse this off, I will take this back to the shampoo bowl and I will rinse this with the cap on the head. Okay, rinse all of the color out first, get everything off of the head. Go ahead. So now that my hair is rinsed and I've got my desired color, I can go ahead and remove the cap. And now I want to shampoo all of my hair together so that I would have my nice little highlight. Shampoo, condition, cut, style, whatever else goes on with the service. And that's how you use a frosting cap.